Hello and welcome to another one of my tip videos. I'm Sue Jacobs, owner of Personal Style Image and Wardrobe Consulting, and I am an enthusiastic shopper for my clients, and I want to thank you for watching this tip video. It is fall. I live in southwestern Ontario, Canada, so we are experiencing extremely unseasonal yet pleasant temperatures. So the topic is probably going to be relevant in the next coming weeks about your chunky knits, ones that we love to wear when it's cold outside and we want to be cozy. However, sometimes people say to me, can you accessorize some? What do I do with this? I feel bare without my accessories. And I actually have to admit that I understand that sentiment very much because I love accessories. And if you know me, you know that that is true. And something I want to preface this with is that as an image coach, as a wardrobe stylist, what we are always trying to do in when we create outfits for clients is to maintain or establish a balance and symmetry. If you don't have a waist, we're going to try and create one with belts or other magic tricks that we use. If you are tall and you would like to look shorter, we try to create that symmetry and balance again with clothing and styling tips and tricks. So this is the same whatever aspect of your dressing you are dealing with is all about that symmetry and balance, and it applies to accessories. Right now I am starting my sixth class with my second group of ladies for Be Your Own Stylist, and we are talking about symmetry and balance when it comes to choosing the right shaped earrings and necklaces for your face shape. So it's very much applicable all across the work that we do, that I do as a wardrobe coach. And what I want to say to you is when I'm showing you the examples, you may or may not have pullover sweaters that are the same weight or texture or density that the ones that I'm using for my examples are, but you can take the information. My hope is that you will apply it to what you term or what you wear as your cozy knits. So all of my examples are again from my wardrobe, because this isn't the time where normally I would be out running around and gathering all kinds of new product for the fall this season to be showing you and using as examples, but that's not what's happening currently, and that's okay because what I have is completely relevant and current. And the point is, I will show you that some things work, some things don't work. Now, if you're a person who would never think of accessorizing, so putting jewelry on a chunky knit sweater, I hope that I can inspire you to maybe try that, because let's be honest, when you put a sweater on, it can feel sometimes bare, especially if there isn't a collar. If you're not wearing a shirt under it, or if whatever you have underneath your pullover isn't visible, it can look a little bare. And we know the number in my consultancy, the magic number is three. Three pieces will communicate and promote you as being more polished. So a little denim shirt, say, and then you have your pullover chunky knit sweater, and maybe you have a scarf, maybe you have a necklace. That's your third piece, and it will send that message of polished, put together. If you're younger, you may recognize the term on fleek. So that's what I always tend to do, and my goal is to achieve that for all of my clients, even if they haven't verbalized it. That's my goal, so that I know that I can send them out the door, out the proverbial door, to go on to Zoom in the most polished way, the most professional way for them, putting their best foot forward, which is not going to look like when you put your best foot forward. Okay, and I could not wear a knit right now because it is way too warm. So I will show you what I will be wearing, I think, coming soon. Okay, so I'm going to just switch around here you bear with me and we'll see some great examples. Okay. All right. So first up is one of my favorite kinds of sweaters. It is a pullover. These are all pullover sweaters, okay? And this is what I call an oatmeal flex sweater. It is quite heavy, so it's dense. When you put a tiny necklace like this one on, it sort of is lost in the weight of the sweater. And when you're going to be wearing a sweater of this weight, you're probably going to be wearing a boot. And although this doesn't look awful, if you have something lighter, a lighter gold chain, it will not work. What I suggest to create that balance and have it a little bit more in line with the weight of the sweater is something like this organic horn necklace. You can see right away that it makes more of a statement. It looks in symmetry with the weight of the sweater when you have all these pieces rather than just something that is a single strand. Okay, so creating that balance and symmetry. All right, so here is another pullover. This is much lighter. It is hard to see, but it's more of a, here we go. It's a looser weave. You can see my fingers through it. It has the visual of being very heavy. It isn't, which is great because I can wear it in more places because I always am warm. So although it isn't as heavy, it has the illusion of heavy. And then you're going to notice this little mock neck, which makes wearing a necklace sometimes challenging. So I pulled out this heavier gold because gold is a great color tone in your metals to wear with this sort of combination of earth tones. And you can see that, in my opinion, it doesn't quite do the job. Is it terrible? No. Is it better than a fine gold chain? Absolutely, because that would be very much off kilter. But what I chose instead is something a little more heavy and has more visual interest, and it is bigger. You can see proportionately larger scale, larger pieces of resin. And what's happening in this case is it just pulls out the purple flecks in this yarn. And here's the trick. You must make sure that your necklaces come down far enough from the collar. It will look very much awkward. It will draw attention to your neck in an unflattering way. If this actually is up around the neck, you want it to hang down just above the breastbone, okay, so that it isn't looking like your necklace does not actually fit. In fact, if I put this one on, the gold one that I originally had, it would be sitting somewhere up around the collar. It would look ridiculous. It would look like you were choking yourself. So this is when having the longer links come into play. You can buy extenders on Amazon, or you can get them wherever you can find them, and make your chokers a little bit longer so that they work in the fall winter season if you like to accessorize your knits. Okay. Thirdly, this is a little more dressy knit because some of you may not like the heavy chunky knits. It's actually a sort of a dressed up sweatshirt. You can see the cute little detail here. It is black. It has a heavy rib at the waist, so it's sweatshirt like. And I wanted to show this necklace. It is silver. I would definitely opt for silver accessories here just to pull in the little sparkly, the silver pewter accessorized detail here. This is too bright and it's too light. It does not work. It's still a lovely necklace, but in this case, it isn't adding to the look of the outfit. What I would choose to use instead is something more textured. Again, this is great. It's a little more hardware and it is not shiny. It's more matte. And you can see that that is going to play well with this sort of a sweatshirty like sweater. And again, it's the perfect length. it's longer. I always check that out when I am investing in chokers, that they sit at a spot that's flattering and that they can be shortened or lengthened. Okay. So I think if you've watched, followed me for a while, you will have seen this sweater before. It's one of my absolute favorite sweaters. It's very old and I just adore it. And on this type of kind of, I want to call it fisherman style loose knit sweater, I'm not going to be wearing a necklace. I'm going to opt for something like one of these tiny little neckerchiefs that are out. They're very popular. And then if I don't have a collared shirt on underneath it or a layering t-shirt under it that is visible, this is going to fill in that neck spot for me and act as my necklace. And it's cute. And what would I be wearing this with? Well, it's certainly going to pair well with a dark pair of blue jeans, or what's really popular right now are the thin whale corduroy pants, whatever, burgundy pant. So wearing these type of smaller lightweight scarves can replace the necklace if that's your go-to. If you would want to try it, great. This is the time to do that. Last up, I want to show you this because this is the last sweater I'm showing you. So this is beautiful. It's again a higher mock neck that's going to come up higher on the neck. I certainly don't want any necklace that's going to sit here. That is very dated and will not work. You can see I'm showing you just part of this gold chain. If you were to pair this lightweight gold chain with this heavy sweater, again, this does not create a balanced look. It is not a current look, and it just doesn't work. Now, does that mean you can't wear this necklace? It doesn't, but I want to create balance and symmetry. So what I'm doing is I'm adding these strands so that now there's much more weight, there's much more texture, and I've layered the wood, the organic wood, with the metal gold, and then I've just put a strand of olive green here so that whatever I'm wearing on the bottom, I know if I'm wearing this sweater, it will be cooler. What I'm wearing on the bottom will be fall in color, whether it's a patterned animal print pant, a cheetah pant, or a camel pattern pant. But these pieces of jewelry will pull the bottom together with the top. So that's how you do it. Again, keeping this far away from the high neckline here. Anytime I see a necklace that's way too high up on a sweater, I want to, I want to reach out or say, oh my goodness, I know where you can get some extenders, but you must stay in your lane. So here are my examples again, and hopefully you can pull some of this information, what I have suggested here, and incorporate it into your knits. Okay, so there we go. I'm telling you, it is so warm. I can't believe it. You can tell, right? All right, so I hope that you can translate that material, that information into what you wear for knits. And I actually love to style hooded sweatshirts that have the tiny little bow, not a very big tie that's a heavier toggle, but I love to put a necklace in under the tiny little the strings that you tie as well. But think about it. If your sweatshirt is lightweight, if it's a light color and maybe it's waffle cotton, you want to stick with something that's a little bit lighter in terms of your neckwear. If it's heavy and it's one of those great cozy heavy sweatshirts, then you need to make sure to maintain that correct balance, that you have something chunkier at your neck if you choose to. Or again, you can opt for a scarf. Okay, so I would love to offer you my new download that is on my website, personalstyleconsulting.com. If you have not signed up for my newsletter, please go to my website. You can sign up there. You can download my new upload. And again, it's very timely. It's going to be helping you along the next few weeks till we get into the dead of winter. And I would love to see you on Instagram as well, where I have a profile there, Personal Style Consulting. So until next time, And I wanted to just say that because of the situation we're in terms of pandemic times, I would love to hear from you about topics that you would like me to cover. Some things really aren't relevant, and I'm not going to waste your time or my time presenting and talking about things that you're never going to apply into your life. So I would I'm offering you an opportunity to send me a note and say, Sue, what about this? This idea actually came from someone in my masterclass group, and I so appreciate it because it is something that I work on with my clients, and whatever they're working on or thinking about, I know that that is resonating with you out there in video land. So thank you so much, and I appreciate those of you who have emailed me and said that you love my newsletter. I try to make it juicy with lots of visuals so that what I'm saying you can understand and translate into a visual for all of you visual learners out there. Okay, so until next time, I will see you next week. Send me some ideas if you would like. And for me, I'm feeling very grateful these days, and this is a much less tumultuous week than last week. I hope you are having a good week, a better week if you joined me last week with all of that craziness, and I will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.